The movie begins inside a pizza restaurant. Everything seems completely normal. Kids are playing games and having fun. In the middle of all this, a girl named Charlotte is waiting for her favorite animatronic, the Marionette. Just then, another girl approaches and invites Charlotte to sit at her table. Charlotte joins them, but suddenly her attention is drawn to a man wearing a yellow rabbit suit who is doing something suspicious. He is holding a child. Charlotte starts asking nearby parents for help, but everyone is so busy with their own things that no one listens to her. Left with no choice, Charlotte decides to save the boy herself. She goes to a dark area at the back of the restaurant, where she discovers that William has knocked the child unconscious and is calmly carrying out his actions. Charlotte quietly tries to reach the boy, but suddenly, William disappears. She picks up the unconscious child and starts running. At that moment, William comes after her with a knife in his hand. Charlotte screams at the top of her lungs so everyone will know what's happening. Hearing the scream, the boy regains consciousness and runs back to his family. But in front of everyone, a knife is plunged into Charlotte's back. She falls into a chamber and dies in full view of everyone. At that exact moment, the Marionette arrives and lifts Charlotte into its arms. Time passes. An investigation takes place, but William manages to avoid responsibility. He claims that Charlotte mistakenly entered a restricted area and the case is closed, as if nothing ever happened. One day, Vanessa becomes extremely anxious after seeing her father working the night shift. However, she finds some comfort in her friendship with Mike. Mike calls her and asks if they can meet later. The two of them begin meeting frequently, and it becomes clear that a special relationship is forming between them. Jeremiah, who comes to the house to paint, warns Mike to stay away from Charlotte, saying that he thinks she's a bit strange. Mike firmly stands by Charlotte and explains that he keeps Abby away from everything only because Abby has already been through so much pain. Abby then starts talking again about the yellow rabbit. She says the rabbit's body is still inside. The other kids laugh at her and call her crazy. At school, in robotics class, the teacher warns everyone that the project must be finished by Friday. The teacher clearly dislikes Abby, believing that the school teaches real robotics, and that the popularity of animatronics annoys him. One boy suggests that maybe Abby could repair her animatronic friends herself. That idea sticks in Abby's mind. That night, Mike gets ready to meet Vanessa. Abby asks if she can go see her animatronic friends, but Mike refuses. He promises that he'll fix everything very soon and advises Abby to make real friends in real life. Angry, Abby starts watching a horror show on TV. At the restaurant, Mike waits for Vanessa. Vanessa arrives wearing a beautiful dress and explains that she's been taking different classes to keep herself busy. Mike admits that he can't handle Abby and her animatronic friends anymore. Vanessa advises him to be honest with Abby. Mike comforts Charlotte about her dreams and about her father as well. Later that night, Mike returns home and finds that Abby is missing. A note says that she's gone to see the animatronics. Mike immediately rushes to Freddy's. Abby realizes that Mike lied to her. They meet in the middle of the hall and discover that the animatronics are gone. Mike says they should leave immediately. Maybe the spirits of the animatronics are still there. To calm Abby down, he shows her a toy, and Abby chooses a realistic, interactive one. Before leaving, Mike finds a strange poster claiming that Freddy is a murderer, along with a phone number. A group that makes fake documentaries arrives to explore the place. The group's leader, Lisa, says that this place might be the scariest of all. Michael gives them a full tour of the place, showing off the different versions of Freddy. Suddenly, Lisa hears music coming from somewhere and decides to go check it out by herself. Watching all this, Michael is clearly enjoying himself. Following the sound of the music, Lisa reaches a room. Meanwhile, Alex, while examining some equipment, falls into the water. Lisa finds a large gift box in the room. As soon as she turns off the music, the box opens on its own, and the Marionette emerges. Immediately, the other animatronics activate as well. Michael can't stop laughing. This was all part of his plan. An animatronic mole attacks Alex, starting to assault the boy who's trapped in the water. Michael sees that Lisa is now completely possessed. Lisa attacks him, and Michael runs out of Freddy's. Once outside, he lets out a faint smile. The next morning, Abby can't focus on her competition project. She keeps thinking about the animatronics and tries to talk to them. Seeing this, Mike becomes confused. He doesn't know how to help Abby. Meanwhile, Vanessa tries to calm herself down, but everywhere she looks, she only sees her father. Terrified, she rushes into a changing room and holds her trainer at gunpoint because she thinks the man is her father. After class, Vanessa gathers all of her father's belongings in one place. She shuts the windows and thinks about him, telling him that she's no longer afraid. But even then, her father continues to chase her. Young Vanessa runs and hides in a room while her father searches for her. An animatronic activates, and Vanessa is caught. Her father tells her that she will belong only to him forever. Vanessa keeps running, and just as she sees herself fighting him, she suddenly regains consciousness. That same night, Abby is asleep, holding the dress with a written plea for help and the address of the real Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Abby quietly sneaks out of the house and makes her way there. Inside, everything seems empty, until Chica suddenly appears in front of her. Overjoyed, Abby hugs her. The two of them begin talking. A few days later, Vanessa comes to Mike's house. While searching for Mike and Abby, she finds the interactive toy in Abby's room. Just then, Abby jumps out and scares her. Abby explains that the toy guided her to Chica and the others, to the real location. Vanessa tries to warn Mike, but Mike thinks she's only talking about the radio he gave Abby. Then Mike reveals something important. He called the number written on the poster and learned that William had attacked many other victims as well. Vanessa starts to believe that Mike will fix all her problem, and because of this misunderstanding, distance grows between them. Later, Mike drops Abby off at her technology competition and promises that he'll be back very soon. After that, he leaves on his own for an urgent matter. During this time, all of Abby's old friends arrive at that location. The one who died at the very beginning of the movie and is now controlling everything. She announces that she will soon open the barrier that has kept them trapped for so long. Vanessa pieces everything together. She realizes that someone has been following her by using Lisa's body. Meanwhile, Abby takes part in the competition, but the teacher deliberately destroys her robot. Heartbroken, Abby returns to the animatronics and tells Chica everything. Chica offers to become Abby's project herself, but first, Abby must disable the barrier that has been tracking everyone. Chica tells Abby to enter a secret code. At the same time, Vanessa is captured and is forced to give up the code in exchange for Abby's safety. With no other choice, Vanessa reveals it. As soon as Abby enters the code, the animatronics are finally freed. Chica then takes a cab and heads toward Abby's school. Mike meets Charlotte's father, who tells him that he always suspected his daughter was murdered and that he had gathered some evidence. Mike learns that one of the river rides still remains at the original location. When Mike calls the school, he finds out that Abby isn't there. Before leaving, the man gives Mike a music box, which later becomes extremely important. Mike arrives at the location and sees broken animatronics scattered everywhere. He begins searching for Abby. At school, Abby arrives at the competition with Chica. The teacher assumes there's a person hidden inside the suit and disqualifies Abby. When the teacher goes back to retrieve his keys, he hears a noise, and Chica pulls him inside. The teacher tries to escape, but the marionette kills him. Mike finds Vanessa tied up at the original location. Vanessa explains the truth to him. Mike tries to disconnect her, and the two of them take separate paths in an attempt to reach the security room. Vanessa describes the boy's final days, how full of rage he was, and how only the music box could calm him. Mike reveals that he's the one who has that music box. Along the way, Mike falls into the water and narrowly escapes an animatronic. Vanessa explains that some of the animatronics are now targeting the parents who failed to help back then. In the end, Mike tells Vanessa to find Abby, while he handles the other side himself. Abby wins the competition with Chica. At that exact moment, the prototype animatronics are activated. Mike reaches a specific location inside Freddy's and tries to contact Vanessa, but a sudden loud noise cuts the connection. An animatronic attacks Vanessa's car. Somehow she survives, makes it to her parents' house, and saves them just in time. Charlotte figures out the entire plan and reactivates the prototypes so they can kill Mike. However, Mike manages to deactivate them. He calls Vanessa and tells her that all systems are shut down. Just then, one final active signal appears at his house. Meanwhile, Solid, now fully merged with Chica's body, kidnaps Abby. Vanessa's car breaks down, but someone gives her a ride and drops her off at Mike's house. Vanessa rushes inside to help, but she finds that Charlotte has already possessed Abby. She tries to stop Charlotte. At that moment, Mike arrives and plays the music box, forcefully repairing her. This saves both Abby and Vanessa, but the animatronics reactivate and surround them. Just then, Michael appears. Suddenly, the animatronics from the first movie arrive and begin destroying Michael's animatronics. All of this happens because of Mike. He had previously gone to them for help, and they came to save his family. Freddy and Chica fight the prototype droids. Slowly, all the animatronic systems begin to fail and shut down one by one. Chica's spirit tells Mike to take care of Abby because they will no longer be around. Michael tries to escape, but the good animatronics stop him. Before leaving, he warns Mike that once they're gone, Mike will be free. Mike doesn't understand what that means at the time. Mike leaves with Abby, distancing himself from Vanessa. He can no longer trust her. After all the hidden truths are revealed, Vanessa is left alone. And at that very moment, an unknown spirit enters her body, unnoticed by anyone. And that's where the movie ends.